Aloha, I'm Michelle Edwards, and I'm really excited to show you how to get aligned and pain-free and feeling like a kid again. I've been working on this over 20 years, and I figured out that it doesn't have to hurt a lot to get flexible, to get strong, and I want to show you how to do it just using the movements of breathing. So you are going to need a few things, a couple of yoga blocks, and also a bolster like this one here. If you have a nice thick bolster like this, or just a firm pillow, that'll work. And you could use any sort of, like a broomstick or a pole, but we are going to be using this. And also just a little flat pillow here. So right away we're going to get started using the movements of breathing, because although there's a lot of discussion about the core and what is the core, it really is breathing, because that's the deepest movement on the body. So we're going to use an inhalation to create a lift and an expansion of the body, because most of us have been stuffed into chairs and we've lost the ability to really take a deep breath with the rib cage, and the body tends to shrink and go forward. So we're going to be encouraging the forces that create lift and expansion through the inhalation. And then in the exhalation, which is a very strong force, we're going to transform that force into a lengthening, stabilizing force. This is going to fix your back and also stabilize your joints, because many people, because of sitting in chairs, their trunk is collapsed, and so then the hips, the knees, the feet are all compromised. So let's get started right away. We're going to do a head massage just to loosen up the scalp and relax the nervous system. So just kind of dig your fingertips in. This should feel good. Everything in Yogalign feels good, actually. And we have a motto here: don't do it if it hurts, because you don't get comfortable by being uncomfortable. So just move the scalp around and maybe open and close your mouth really wide, working the range of motion in the joint. And we're going to have two types of exhalations. We're going to have one exhalation where we're going to make a sound like an S, like you're letting air out of a tire, and you're just going to go like that. And as you do that sound, practice standing tall, so that rather than going and shrinking like this, take a breath and you make your body be taller. So on the inhalation process, you should also have a yoga strap. I'm going to pick mine up here, because we're going to use resistance to create the core of the body being really lifted and expanded. So if you take your yoga strap and make it into a loop that when you put your wrists in it, it's going to line your wrist and your elbow and your shoulder up. And we're going to do this so that we can really fire up a lot of these forces in our body that have gotten dormant from sitting in chairs. So, and maybe a slight bend in the knees, because you don't want to be pushing your knee back like that. You want to make sure that you're standing tall, pressing into your feet. So we'll start the inhalation, make a circle in your lips, and begin to kind of suck the breath in as you resist out with the arms. So you breathe in. Now hold that breath and make fists. And we're going to do this holding to strengthen these forces that lift us. Now we'll exhale, we'll open our fingers and try to stand tall in the body. And then breath in again. And you're going to make these fists. You can even bend your knees. And then on the exhale, open the fingers and try to stand tall. Now another type of exhalation we'll use sometimes is, I'll say lion. When I say lion, you do that Maori mug, that like that, and really open your mouth, stick the tongue out. So this is the only class where you get in trouble if you don't stick your tongue out. So here we go. So we're going to now do that breath again. You want to always make sure that your ribs are moving when you start this inhalation. You don't want to ever be pushing your belly out. So you want to, like, as you breathe in, you feel the ribs expand sideways, because that's going to stretch your diaphragm and lift your organs. And then on the exhale, you feel those ribs squeezing back together as you try to stay tall. And that engages your transverse abdominis, which is like that natural back supporter that we all have built in, but we're trying to make those exhaling muscles do a long contraction. Okay, so we're going to do this again. So breath in. You fist the hands. Now you should feel taller in your body now. And as you do the exhale and open the fingers, engage the rib muscles and the trunk muscles and stay taller. Now we'll reach up, breathe in. We're going to make fists again, and you always want to make sure that you're not pulling your arm way back here or trying to pull it away from the body. You pull it into the body. We'll make the exhale again with a spiral. It's like you're trying to spiral the underside of the arm towards the ear, creating a bit of an external rotation of the shoulder. Because many of us, the shoulders are rotated in, the arm's not connected to the body, and when you try to do something like surf or play tennis, your arm's disconnected. You're going to damage the rotator cuff. So we're going to do that again. We're going to reach up, make fists, and we're going to really strongly tighten muscles. I'm even squeezing my butt here. And then on the exhale, open the fingers, and we're going to lean to the left. And then breathe in again. Make fists, and you want to concentrate on tightening more. And then as you exhale, you release that tension. Exhale, open the fingers. And just inhale through the nose now. Bend the elbows. Bring the arms down, rest for a moment. So be very careful when you do any of YogAlign. We're never trying to stretch our joints apart. So as you lean to the side, it's not about leaning over really far. It's about using your muscular strength to lean with a lift. So this is really important that you're not trying to fall over, because you can really damage the ligaments in your spine and in your sacrum and your SI joints. So we don't want to do that. We're just trying to get healthy, strong, and be able to walk through life without aches and pains. And it really doesn't require you to do any excessive contortion type of moves. Okay, so let's suck the breath in, breathe in. Make fists. You want to stand about hip distance apart. Make strong fists, and then on the exhale, we'll lean to the sides. And breath in again. And again, you hold and you tighten the muscles. You make them work even more. And then on the exhale, open the fingers and stand tall. And it's just a little lean. Go ahead and breathe through the nose again. Bring the arms down. Notice how you feel. So by making sure that every day you really engage your breathing muscles and create a lot of lift in your trunk, you will avoid that aging thing where everyone goes forward and collapses. There's no need to do that. So we're going to go ahead and get ready to lay down on the floor, and we'll be using some of these props. So I'll see you on the floor.